Gospel reading according to St. Luke. The scribes and Pharisees said to Jesus, "The disciples of John the Baptist fast often and offer prayers, and the disciples of the Pharisees do the same, but yours eat and drink." Jesus answered them, "Can you make the wedding guests fast while the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come, and when the bridegroom is taken away from them, then they will fast in those days." And he also told them a parable. "No one tears a piece from a new cloth to patch an old one. Otherwise, he will tear the new, and the piece from it will not match the old cloth. Likewise, no one pours new wine into old wineskins. Otherwise, the new wine will burst the skins, and it will be spilled, and the skins will be ruined. Rather, a new wine must be poured into fresh wineskins, and no one who has been drinking old wine desires new, for he says, 'The old is good.'" We are meant to never conform with the norms of the world, to move against the tide, and to be the upholders of truthful teachings. The Gospel passage on this day relays to us the criticism and the questioning of some people regarding the spiritual discipline of Jesus' disciple, particularly in the practice of prayer and fasting. The disciples of John fast often and say long prayers, and so do the disciples of the Pharisees. Why is it that your disciples eat and drink? For the Jews during the time of Jesus, fasting is not merely a practice but a form of profound piety. They question Jesus because it seems to them that his disciples are disregarding spiritual disciplines and suggests that Jesus' followers are spiritually lax compared to disciples of John the Baptist and those of the Pharisees. On the other hand, there is actually an issue and a misunderstanding of the time, since Jesus' coming signals the beginning of the new covenant. Accordingly, Jesus told them the parable of the bridegroom, wherein he compares himself to a bridegroom, saying, "You can't make wedding guests fast while the bridegroom is with them." In the Jewish culture, weddings are occasions of great joy, and that would make fasting at this time unthinkable. Yet Jesus added, "But later the bridegroom will be taken from them, and they will fast in those days." These words are foreshadowing of Jesus' future suffering and death, and it will indeed be a time of mourning and fasting for the disciples. In addition, Jesus also told them the parable of the patch and wineskins. No one tears a piece from a new coat to put it on an old one. Otherwise, the new will be torn, and the piece taken from the new will not match the old. No one puts new wine into old wineskins. Otherwise, the new wine will burst the skins and be spilled, and the skins will be destroyed as well. But the new wine must be put into fresh skins. Yet no one who has tasted old wine is eager to drink the new wine, but says, "The old is good." These two parables emphasize the incompatibility of the new with the old. This implies that Jesus is putting up something altogether and new and does not keep himself from the confines of old religious form and its legal structures. In our society, we often find ourselves being criticized, asked, or even compared to others because of what we believe and what we practice. This is true especially to young Catholics who are upholding the orthodox teachings of the Church in the context of the modern world. We might be referred to as conservatives and backwards, yet this is the calling for us Christians, and especially for us Thomasians, to be in the world but not of this world. The world may try to confine what we do and say in the context of the Church only within structures, but we must not also forget that even Jesus was questioned and criticized. As university students, we might sometimes find ourselves in the comfort of familiarity, but that does not bring any progress in our growth holistically. To feel uncomfortable is to mean movement and growth from the comfortable and familiar. To be continuously challenged by bigger and bigger things is to mean that we are always beginning something new, which will eventually bring fulfillment and transformation in our lives. Misplaced confinement to our old ways is a sign and warning that we might already have the attachment to what is easy and familiar, blinding us to the plans that God had laid out for us.